Hi guys, my name's Bryce Goertzen, and today I was going to give you guys a little lesson on one of the solos that I do in Drag Me Through the Rain. I've been getting a lot of emails about like doing lessons and answering some questions, so I thought I'd sort of knock or kill two birds with one stone with this video and just like start with some questions, and then we'll move on to the solo lesson just after the questions, but there won't be that many. Let's see, the first one is, what do you do for composing music? Sent from Mr. Stephen Forler. Let's see, what do I do? What I usually do is, there's a riff that I have that sounds better than most of the ones I've already written, and I just sort of run with that one. I run into Logic 9, and I have Superior Drummer 2.0 with the Metal Foundry. So I usually just load up a drum track with that riff and just sort of play with it like that. So I'm sitting there making drum riffs and just playing my guitar at the same time to see if I can make that idea like fuller, or if there's a way to like transition it into something else that sounds really cool. I don't think I do it like a right way. It's just, this is just the way that I go about doing it. That goes like technique wise for guitar too. It's not textbook, but yeah. Anyway, so I usually start just laying a brief foundation with drums and everything. I usually just finish writing the song with just guitar, because I find that if the song sounds good with one guitar, then the song with everything in it, and after all the mixing and the bass guitar and playing with the EQ and stuff, that it's going to sound a lot bigger. So yeah, but in terms of like getting some of the riffs, I guess you could say I really like the idea of the Muse, and for those who might be unfamiliar with it, the Muse is like some sort of like creative force that people sort of channel into to try and get done what they want done, whether it's like writing a book or a screenplay or music. The Muse is usually depicted as like a goddess who like whispers in your ear and tells you what to do, so it doesn't really feel like you're really doing anything. It just feels like it's all coming from somewhere else. So saying I write music doesn't really sound right, because that's kind of what I do. I know it sounds really goofy, and just listening to me say it, I kind of feel like kind of a turd. But that's usually how I go about it, because I usually try and like capture a theme in the music, right? So in that song PCU, like it was supposed to be for like a fight scene, right? So it was supposed to sound aggressive and really like, you just want to throw down and, you know, kick somebody in the balls or the face, preferably the face, because balls hurt way more. Yeah. And yeah, just some of my other songs, there's like some sort of element in them that personally gives me goosebumps sometimes, but that's just because I know what I want to hear. And it's all what you really want to do is figure out what kind of music you want to play, and then just figure out the technique that you need to acquire in order to sort of transpose it from your mind. And once you have that, man, like you're pretty well set to go and just start recording, and man, just have fun with it, because this is probably the funnest thing in the world. All right, let's get on to another one. There's another question here from Mr. Ko Augusto. He wants to know about multi-finger tapping and how I create my solos. Thanks for the question, Ko. I hope I'm saying that right. The solos are pretty much the same approach to the songwriting. Like I can't, if I want to fill a part in a song with a solo, I generally don't do it unless I really feel it needs to be there. I do enjoy shred guitar, but there comes a point where it's shredding just for the sake of shredding, and I do like to keep it musical at least, or try and make it like I had this musical adjudicator in school when I was in the school band. If you can picture me as like a band geek, and the guy was always like, whenever he critiqued our ensemble or something, he'd be like, "Man, you're too tight. You need to loosen up. Make the audience go, mmm." And that kind of stuck with me, because I do want my music to make people do that, but not like, you know, funk music. Kind of like, because I love metal. Yeah. So, I guess we'll get on to that lesson then. How about that, eh? Okay, so I'm going to play that solo for you nice and slow and explain some of the parts to you. There's going to be a tab in the description of this video, so it'll probably be in GP5 or GP6 format. So if you have that tablature, you'll be a lot happier. Anyway, here it is. So we're starting on the 6th fret of the D string, which is an A flat. So and then we go into one of those multi-tapping patterns. You're going to be tapping with your right hand on, I typically use my middle finger for it. I'm not giving you the finger. It's going to be on the 15th fret of the D string, the E, and the B. So, this is kind of a pentatonic pattern. And then we're coming up and doing a minor triad. So this part right here is like a little speed picking pattern, and then it goes into a sweep with a really big stretch. So I'll play that again slow. You'll what I typically do for this one, because I have fairly big fingers, you have to really push on that. Where I'm tapping is the 22nd and the 23rd fret on the high E string. So I'll play that whole speed picking part again. I'll try that again because that sounded kind of bad. And that little part right there is just, it's sort of the same thing as the easier phrase. And then we're gonna finish it off with a series of sweeps that are gonna be in the D minor position, I believe. Oh no, that's a different position, but it's starting on the 15th fret in the minor. And then this bends pretty hard. You gotta go to the 24th fret, and you're bending up about just till you get that nice G note. And that's it.